Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I felt really called to come on and do a light worker reading. So I'm not sure who's going to resonate with this. Hopefully, if you see the word light worker in the title and you resonate with someone who wants to be a light worker or is a light worker, or even you're just feeling that little niggle about being a light worker, you're thinking about it, you're thinking, maybe I could do that. I normally get called to do love readings. And for some reason, I felt really called to get this deck for you today and do a reading about working your light. I think that the more of us that are light workers, we're raising the vibration of the planet, and the more of us there are, the more of us that will awaken and be touched by that light. Anyway, I believe it. I believe it. So I'm here to encourage you to spread that light from one light worker to another. And I'm seeing this card that I have on my wall that talks about being a light worker in disguise. Like people don't have to know you're a light worker. You can just be one. I don't know why that's coming through. Why is that coming through? I don't know. But now I also feel called to get you another deck. So I just have to open it. So let's get into this. So what happened is, yes, I'm opening this deck for the first time. At the beginning of my journey, I wrote affirmations all over my walls on sticky notes. And in the summer, I decided to use these decks. It's by Gabriel Bernstein, or however you say that name. I decided to stick them all over my wall. Look, I am not afraid to shine. Perfect. You shouldn't be afraid to shine your light. I feel called to tell you that, when I was afraid to shine my light, and I was a photographer, which if you watch me, I'm sure you know that. And I can remember what it felt like to actually say out loud to other people in my life, I think I want to be a light worker. I think I want to be a tarot reader. Their reaction was kind of like, are you nuts? Is there money in that? Like, is that a thing that people do? There was a lot of judgment. And as light workers, we are faced with that judgment and lower vibrational people trying to bring us down all the time. So that is something you need to be prepared for. It's not, people are gonna judge you, and you have to just keep shining your light. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying any of this. But yeah, I'm going to get you some cards from this deck at the very end because, like I said, I these all over my wall by my bed. So before I go to sleep at night and when I wake up in the morning, I lay there and I read them all. Anyway, my throat is very closed over right now, so you could have a fear of sharing your voice. Maybe you're afraid or you don't like the way your voice sounds. I am someone who always hated the way my voice sounded, to the point where I would never be in videos. I would never speak in videos. I hated the sound of my voice. I am very quiet. But even with my friends, I wouldn't talk a whole lot. The fact that I sit here and talk for hours on end reading tarot is very surprising to the people in my life. Anyway, you could resonate with like being afraid to be on camera or share your voice. Maybe you're someone who's very self-conscious of those things. And it could be because you're meant to be sharing that, and it could be that lower vibrational energy, that fear is trying to stop you from sharing your authentic truth and your voice and your light with the world. Fear derails dreams, you know, and I wouldn't be, to me, like I'm living a dream right now. And I wouldn't be here if I had let that fear derail me. And I am not someone who was considered brave. So anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you any of this. Maybe you feel some of that, but maybe that's why it's coming through. But let's see what you need to hear about working your light, my beautiful light worker. So we're just going to get this deck, and then we're going to get the Sacred Creator Oracle. We have Collaboration of Souls. So you could be, right away I was hearing, you could be a counterpart. This is, 6 lovers energy. It could be that by sharing your light with the world, it's going to align you with the souls you're meant to be aligned with, with your soul tribe. On my journey, I've come into contact with a few of the people on my soul tribe, which I never would have met if I hadn't started this journey. But the other thing I was hearing, for some reason, when I flipped that card over, is you could be a divine feminine who is looking to start your own mission or journey, start your own journey of being a light worker. That's not going to resonate for all of you, but I heard it, so I had to say it. So, my light workers, work your light oracle. Let's see what you need to hear. And again, the more of us there are, the more we raise the collective vibration. I don't know if you can hear, my kids are down below me in the family room just laughing. So very high vibrational, I like it. I like it. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So we are going to read this. This will be a little bit like a soul tribe reading, except it's geared towards light workers. I won't be surprised if my soul tribe people are in here. Hello, soul tribe. So where is this card? Do I have the right book? Do I have the right deck? Boundaries. So it could be that you need to establish better boundaries with the people around you as part of your journey. That could be something that you resonate working with. You could be working very hard on building better boundaries. Maybe you're someone who's always been a bit of a people pleaser and you're learning how to set up boundaries. Maybe you've let people take advantage of you in the past, but let's just have a look. You are being called to create clearer boundaries in your life. This could be with your friends, family, or work. Saying yes when you really mean no leads to resentment, which is the biggest energy drain ever. At first, it might only be a little bit and not feel like a big deal, but before you know it, your energy field becomes porous and you are left feeling depleted, resentful, or taken advantage of. Saying no and having clear boundaries is actually a spiritual act. The most giving, loving, compassionate people are those with the clearest boundaries. For when they say yes, they are able to give unconditionally. When your boundaries are clear, others know where they stand and you are able to give freely. If you are not clear where your boundaries lie, this causes confusion, resentment, and energetic cords to be planted. If you are saying yes when you really mean no, you are likely needing something yourself. Ask yourself, what part of me needs something from them? It could be the need for approval. a fear of being seen a certain way, or a fear of loss. The best way to gauge your boundaries is to check in with your belly. Your belly, or your people say your gut, right? Your belly is the second brain. It has the intelligence known as your gut feelings. Tune into this space when deciding what is okay for you. How does it feel? What is it trying to communicate with you? And setting boundaries can be hard, especially if you're someone who's always been a bit of a people pleaser. If you're someone who has fear of abandonment, or maybe you're an empath who's always been someone who overgives, it can be really hard to set those boundaries. Even I'm being called to mention a few months ago, I had someone ask me to do something that I really did not want to do. I did not want to do it. It didn't feel like it aligned with my soul anymore. It was like a photography job. And I was like deep into my channel and doing like this lights my soul on fire. Photography didn't really do that for me anymore. And I really wanted to say no. And it took me like 3 days to work up the courage to say no. And, not no, anyway, my point is that was a clear indication to me that I needed to set healthier boundaries for myself, because I had such a hard time saying no to that person in fear of them not, I thought they were going to be mad at me, which in the end they kind of were, but I still felt better saying no in the end, even though it was hard to say no. Anyway, you could be someone who has a hard time saying no. So let's see what you need to hear. What does my light worker need to hear? We have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Beautiful. And again, by aligning with your life's purpose, aligning with your soul path, it will align you with your soul tribe, the people that, you were meant to meet and meant to come into contact with. And what's interesting is you and your soul tribe had, you set up a contract before you came to this lifetime. And possibly in that contract it says, after I begin my journey as a light worker, that's when you'll come into my life, Anyway, the Great Gathering. Why can't I find it? Is this an activation card? There's all different sections, so just, nope. Okay. Where is the table of contents? The Great Gathering. The Great Gathering. 96. That was much easier. Let's see if I'll learn my lesson. So, the Great Gathering. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. And as you travel and share your creations, something is rethreaded. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming a part of that group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet, to raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. So your activation or your affirmation: I choose now to let myself be seen. I am ready to call in my soul tribe and create a web of light all over the planet. Yeah, let's do it. I love it. Web of light. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, you have trust and niggle. I love that. I love that. Because I'm pretty sure I mentioned a niggling feeling within you that maybe you're meant to be a light worker or that you're meant for more on this planet. That is amazing. And I don't want to sound like a broken record because I'm not sure if you're someone who, you know, watches my soul tribe readings, but I talk a lot about how I ignored that little niggle within me for a long time. And I let my fear stop me. I let my fear of public speaking, the fear of, you know, putting myself out there. I let the opinions of others stop me. And once I took that leap, I honestly, almost within a few weeks, I was like, why did I not do this sooner? Like, I was being called to be a light worker like a year before I actually put myself out there. And again, like a lot of people who take that leap, as soon as they take that leap, their feeling is, why did I wait so long? So trust that niggle. Trust your gut. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? And we have leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. So take that leap of faith into the unknown. Take that leap of faith onto your soul path. Take that leap of faith into being a light worker. And, you know, I always tell people it doesn't matter to me the intention that I set for my readings and what I've done from the moment I've started my channel is do not worry about how many views your videos are getting and how many likes. Approach it with the mentality that, with the intention that whoever needs to hear your message will. And that's all I care about. As long as one person out there resonates with my reading, it was worth doing that reading for me. I don't care how many people see it. My intention is that it resonates with at least one person. Anyway. And try not to compare yourself to others too, because the only person you should be comparing yourself to is you. So I'm going to practice learning my lesson, and I'm going to look in the table of contents. That works so much better than just flipping through the book like I do. So, you go first. The universe will catch you. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, to throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you were being called to leap towards, but are scared to make the move. Or perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. That was me. That was me. If this is you, then this card is your sign and your permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. It is scary to let go of all that we know in hope for something new, and it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising, and right now, this is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. Your affirmation: you go first, take a good run up and leap. And for me, I'm just going to tell you what happened to me. If you've watched me, you probably already know what I'm about to say, but I needed to be pushed off that ledge. I needed a good shove from the universe because I was someone who was really struggling with the fear of putting myself out there, and I had never been, a public speaker. I thought of every excuse in the book as to why I shouldn't do it. Like I don't like the way I look. I don't like the sound of my voice. These are things that I've gotten over and healed. I'm dyslexic, so reading from a book or communicating as an autistic dyslexic person is very hard for me, and I almost let that stop me. Anyway, I kept falling back on the familiar. I kept falling back on the photography side of things. And I kept telling myself, well, I've been a photographer for 9 or 10 years. I know that I have clients. I know that it works. And the more I avoided trusting my soul's purpose, the more I avoided taking that leap, the more business I lost in photography, the more unexpected tower moments I experienced where one of my animals would get sick and then we'd have a vet bill for hundreds of dollars, or our van would break down, or all the pipes in our house burst. Like it was just to the point where it was like the universe took everything away from me financially and photography wise. It was like the universe was just taking everything it could from me until I had no choice but to be like, well, I guess I'll start my channel because I've hit rock bottom and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so I needed to be pushed off that ledge. And that's also why I try and give the advice of taking that leap before the universe makes you take that leap, because the universe, can cause tower moments to try and get you back into alignment. I'm not saying that to scare you, but as someone who's lived through it and I've seen other people live through it, take my warning. Is what just jump, Don't wait for the universe to have to push you in, is what I'm hearing. And then we have trust the niggle. And that niggle is your soul whispering. It's your higher self, Always trust the niggle. 52. That niggling feeling. That annoying, niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying, niggling feeling. Try as you might, it's there and it's not going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness. That's me. I'm stubborn. Throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting. And until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. That niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often we feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from the higher realms, but in fact, it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body to receive the intuitive intelligence and act on it quickly. You are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the iggle. Answer the niggle now. What is your niggling feeling trying to tell you? So you could have, it might be coming through, like you could have a niggling feeling that something in your life isn't in alignment. You could have a niggling feeling that your current job isn't actually making you happy, or your current relationship isn't actually making you happy. or that you don't feel like you're on the right soul path anymore. And before I awakened, I felt like something was off in my life. I had a niggling feeling within that something was off, but I ignored it, you know, like I do because I'm stubborn. Maybe you're stubborn too. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. This is these decks I used when, I mean, I still use them, but I used them a lot when I was, you know, awakening and feeling that need to share my light with others. Anyway, we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So for some of you, you may need some deep replenishment before you take that leap. Let's have a look. I'm going to learn my lesson again. 64. That is so much quicker. The most selfless thing you can do is fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, so with this card, you could be someone who's an overgiver. You could be a people pleaser, an overgiver, always giving to others before filling up your own cup first. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look for things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile, overspilling with life? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good cup of coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a woman's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. Do something that deeply replenishes you today. So there could be an aspect of, you know, filling up your own inner cup, your own well, so that you can nourish others. Maybe you've been looking outside of yourself for that nourishment or that love or that care. I looked for it outside of myself my entire life. And before I spiritually awakened, I always felt like I described it as I had something missing within me. It felt like a void within me. And I tried to fill that void with, you know, having children. And then I tried to fill it with puppies. And that's how I ended up with 4 dogs. And then I tried to fill that void with a bird. And then I tried to fill that void with plants. So I got, you know, obsessed with buying plants. When really all along, and let me just rewind 15 years. 15 years ago, I filled that void with alcohol and was an alcoholic. And all that time, what was missing was me filling up my own well. What was missing was self-love, was finding things that nourished my soul, spirituality, healing. Anyway, yes, I'm petting the plant. So the last card we have is Trust Your Path. And then we have Lemuria, which I don't know if I'm saying that right, on the bottom, which I am going to take because that was actually the bottom of the deck energy when I first started, but I didn't mention it. And it's getting dark. So, trust your path is right after trust the niggle, which I find interesting. The universe is conspiring. If you knew what you were supported, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So if you knew that people would support you, if you knew that if you started your own channel or started your own business, if you knew that it was going to be successful, you know, that's how you have to approach this. Don't approach it as, what if I'm not successful? What if I fail? What if nobody watches me? What if this? What if that? Change that narrative to, I will be supported. I will help people, you know, I will make a difference. Anyway, what would you do if you knew you'd be supported? The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you cannot go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light the world without even trying. And that's exactly it. If you're struggling to find what your soul purpose is, look for what lights you up. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you were planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. And this was actually, I talk about this card quite a bit and the concept of the 365 baby steps. And if you know you want to change your life, do one small thing every day towards that. And, you know, this card is important to me because when I was hitting rock bottom, this card, Trust the Niggle, and this card, the one about the baby steps, really changed the way I was approaching my dreams. So I started doing those small things. Like I thought of a tarot channel name, and then I created my tarot channel and then left it sitting there for months, not doing anything with it. Or every day I would learn and master a different tarot card, or just planting all those little seeds. And at the time I can remember at the time it felt like it'll take me forever to find my collective, find my soul tribe. It'll take me forever to get people, you know, viewing my stuff. It'll take me forever to do this. And I don't even remember taking it. Like this card says, after a year, I looked back and I just saw a whole bunch of growth within myself. So yeah, doing little things every day towards your goals, very important. And then we have Lemuria, or however you say it. Ooh, it's a transmission card. 114 could be symbolic. I've seen that number a lot in the last few days. Lemuria, or Mu, I don't know how to say it, is one of the Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on Earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on Earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team, who at a soul level are devoted are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible. And while at times it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you are doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. And I was just wondering if I should read the card underneath this to you. And that last paragraph, as I was wondering it, that last paragraph says the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. And this card here says break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So I am going to read it just in case you need to hear it. You could be someone who is trying to heal and break generational trauma within your own family. I'm definitely one of those people. That's how I started healing and being a cycle breaker, and that's when I stumbled into spirituality. Anyway, so for my cycle breakers out there, I'm going to read this card. And I'm going to look in the table of contents again. It's working so well. All right. So for my cycle breakers out there, you are being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often they are not even ours to begin with, but we do not know another way of being, so we continue playing out the drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You are being guided now to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. All right, so let's get you some of these Sacred Creator cards for advice. This is made by the person who makes the Light Seers Tarot. So we're going to see what you need to hear. Oh dear. You could be a divine feminine dealing with a divine masculine. And I just have to say, if you are a counterpart, I know I've said this in my counterpart readings, but divine feminines, I recently learned that in order to come into union with your divine masculine, you have to find your mission on this planet as a light worker. You need to get on that path. Because that's part of your contract as the divine feminine. So, let's see what my lovelies need to hear. My lovely light workers. We have bravely market your magic. 39. Bravery, honesty, taking a leap of faith, showing up as you and only you, sharing your essence with the world. That's another thing. It's important if you're a light worker to not imitate somebody else's light working, to not imitate someone else. You need to shine your true authentic light and speak your authentic truth in your authentic way in order to find your tribe, in order to find your collective. If you're out here imitating someone else, then you're going to not be attracting in vibrationally the people you were meant to be attracting in. That's very important. What biz or life project are you working on that you feel compelled and courageously cast out into the world? Spiritual misfits, philosopher poets, soulpreneurs, and creative catalysts, bravely magic your market. No, bravely market your magic. That happens to me too many times. Bravely market your magic. It is your gold, and as gold, it is fascinating and compelling, and people can't stop looking at it when it is shining from the heart. When you draw back the curtains and expose the true colors of your soul, it is blindingly brilliant and beautiful. Make no mistake, someone out there is looking for what you are offering. Someone is out there waiting for your words and your voice. Anyway. And they will be thrilled to find you when you are honestly sharing your unique magic. Unveil your weird and wonderful and your quirky. It's normal for it to take a few years to find your way and build your dream. So don't be hard on yourself if normal happens. Have patience and faith, even when it feels vulnerable. Share of yourself honestly and always put your soul into your message. Not sure how to share your magic? Your unique essence and humanness is the right place to start. Interesting. So being your true authentic self is also very important. And that's one thing that I struggled with when I first started putting myself out there. When I look back at my very first videos, I sounded very different. I was I was controlling myself. I wasn't letting myself be my authentic, quirky self. And once I got over that hump and I started being my weird, authentic, quirky self, I started finding and aligning with the collective that resonated with that, Anyway, so I already shuffled. I was getting ready to shuffle again. So let's see what you need to hear, my beautiful friend. We have what's your honest truth? You could be a counterpart for some of you. I keep getting like little counterpart energies coming through. And we have creator air. So let's start with creator air, which is in the back. You could be an air sign. Air is connected to logic, critical thinking, and the energy of the mind. It is the ruler of luck, the conscious mind, and all things you know to be true. Its realm is the realm of beliefs and analysis and communication. What would air suggest you need to know about your current situation? How could your communication play a role in the solution? How is the energy of the mind, rational thoughts supporting you right now? Imagine being an eagle. Feel the wind on your face. Notice the power and the grace of the invisible force that holds you in place. Get above your lifeline and then look into your future. You can see everything from up there. Where does the path lead? Maybe you'd prefer to be a hummingbird or a dragonfly. Anything airborne will work. Try drinking the wind. Go outside and notice your body being held in place by the wind and the air all around it. Wait to feel it on your lips and allow it to nourish your soul as it enters your lungs, and then your blood, and then your world. Ask it for healing or for a message. Excuse me, bless me. Feel how light and subtle air is. It's so light, in fact, that it governs all things logical and intelligent. Tiny thoughts and pulses of energy are one of its power zones. It is also connected to the Fae. I don't know what that is. And the Sylphs. I don't know how to pronounce any of this. And the angels. What intelligence would they whisper to you if you could hear them through the rustling of leaves or through the whooshing of wind? I don't know why Pocahontas is coming to mind. Colors of the Wind. And we have what's your honest truth, which is, I just want to look at something. It's 20, which is judgment energy. So I just want to look at career for judgment, finding career purpose. So finding your purpose. What's your honest truth? Total authenticity and transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit, clear and compelling communication that comes from the heart, finding the key to abundance by finding what is true and right for your soul. We hold on to many layers of truth. Truths we learned from our parents, the ones we've learned during lived experiences, and the ones that our ego holds onto in order to lovingly protect us from the world. You've outgrown a layer, and it's time to do some shedding in order to curate the best framework for your future. At the base of all your learned truths lies a different sort of true, an underlying true essence. And this core foundation is refusing to be quiet or ignored any longer. You will hear it clearly now, as an old truth has become too small for your expanding life. Perhaps a soul purpose, a sacred contract, or a destiny is unveiling your truest true or your honest truth. Perhaps it is reminding you now that you are here for a reason. When you strip it all down to the soul, what work are you being called to do? And why are you here at this time? And I have to say, there's something about communication that keeps coming through. So sharing your voice, sharing your words, public speaking, writing, guiding others through your voice. Communication keeps coming up. And again, you could resonate with being a counterpart, because I've seen a few cards, like I saw Welcome the Divine Masculine, and I saw Sacred Mirrors. So you could be someone who resonates with the counterpart journey. Oh, interesting. So Lead Your Metamorphosis was also on the bottom of the deck at one point because I saw it. And we have the Spark of Hustle. So Lead Your Metamorphosis and the Spark of Hustle. And 8s could be symbolic. So 53. Freedom, transformation, and evolution on the edge of something miraculous. The relationship between inner and outer beauty, trust, cycles of death and rebirth, a massive breakthrough. And the self-care message talks about hiding, staying small, staying where you feel comfortable. Interesting. Metamorphosis, change. Yep, it's that time again, and this change is going to be transformational. It's time to leave the dark cocoon behind, to break out of your shell, and to show off those gorgeous wings you've been readying. Many times in life, we choose to stay small. We choose the comfort of the warm cocoon over the freedom of something spectacular. And this cozy illusion of safety can lull us gently to sleep. Have you noticed that you've chosen the comfort of the old and reliable more than once, even though you long for something new and exciting? Choose the emerging you over the humdrum and expected today, and lead your metamorphosis with your inner beauty. You are, in every sense, sitting in your own control tower. You can plot your flight through life, and you get to decide how far you go and how great you become. What's that? The Moana's song is getting stuck in my head all of a sudden. Anyway, this complete transformation is required in order to flourish, manifest, and attract the new things you are seeking. Are you ready to test those wings? So it could be time for you to let go of your old self and to, spread those wings and fly. Remember, take the leap. Spread those wings. And 17. The spark of inspiration, divine intervention, finding your calling, work that makes you happy, and renewed hope. You know when inspiration hits and totally immerses your senses in the possible. That is the spark of hustle at work. It's when every cell of your body hums with the desire to put something out into the world, and when you feel that whoosh of energy that brings new ideas to life. The spark of hustle feels like a calling, a compelling, like something that cannot be ignored. This card is full of hope and expectation because it whispers, yes, it's coming, and yes, you can do this. Spirit is sending superstar blessings your way, along with a passion that has been divinely amplified. Look for projects and experiences that are full of excitement and joy, and say yes to opportunities that feel totally on purpose. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of your sacred task, remember that big soulful endeavors usually push us to go beyond the limits of what we know would be possible. This is how we grow. Use the spark of hustle to evolve and expand because it is your guiding star. I love that for you. I've never gotten that card. I love it. I've never had that card in all the years I've had this deck. Let's keep going. I think we have room for 3 more. We have inflow with money. We have Creator Earth. And I'm just going to go ahead and get one more. Okay. You are living poetry, which I saw when I was shuffling. That's magical. So, inflow with money. Oh, look, I opened right up to it. Being in flow with the universe, being on track, abundance thinking, a manifest mindset, wealth is on the way. I just heard, that was weird. Rest in peace, Robin Williams, but I just heard Mrs. Doubtfire, help is on the way, dearie. Many talented, hardworking dream chasers are postponed from reaching their dreams because of the money stories they tell themselves. Your subconscious beliefs around prosperity and what it means to find success will hinder or help your ability to rake in material abundance. Are you aligned with the sacred flow of money? Can good people be rich? Do you give and receive money easily? Do you believe that money is the root of the problem or a symptom of it? Step into this flow by actively seeking positive feelings around wealth, remembering that your money mindset is, deep breath, very often a reflection of your own self-worth. Align your beliefs around how your energy should be bountifully compensated, and your bank account will, in turn, align with this model of reality. If that feels uncomfortable, it's time to dig into why, sweet creator, and to engage in some energetically rich abundance thinking so that you can get yourself into the flow of prosperity. This will bolster a sustainable environment for your creations and allow you to work and thrive as the best version of you. Money is not the root of your problem. It never is. How does this statement make you feel? If you could rewrite your money story, what would it be? And we have Creator Earth. Earth energy is grounded and rooted, and it is connected to our safety and our stability. It is the realm of our finances and generosity, and it is the realm of family and connections. It is the material essence of the world. Comfort and nourishment are this element's gifts. How do you feel in your material world? What could you do to feel more nourished by it? Do you have the possessions you need to survive? Does your safety net include a network of people of whom you love? How grounded are you in the day-to-day? Earth energy gives us the security of peaceful surroundings, the vitality and strength found in a nutritious meal, and the cheerful laughter found in community. Are you tapping into all of its power? Try earthing. Go outside on the grass barefoot and ground yourself to the earth. This works. Sorry, I was looking at that. This works like grounding a wire would work. When your skin touches the earth, you will be grounded. If you hooked yourself up to an electronic device to test yourself, it would agree. This physical grounding to the earth can dissipate energetic blocks. It can also calm the emotions and the nervous system. It can bring balance. Go earthing and call on the element of earth to bring you a stronger foundation of safety, wealth, nourishment, and happiness. Spend time doing a meditative walk in nature. Forest bathing is a thing. Write in the dirt, get your hands into the earth, or grab a mud mask and start slathering it all over your body, and then write your wishes in the mud. You could even write your intentions down and then bury them beneath a growing plant. Enjoy that feeling of the earth in your hands as you play, and ask the element to gift you a message or to vibrate the healing energies of the earth into your body and into your life. Getting closer to the mud will help bring this earth energy to life for you. And the last one is you are living poetry. Your unique essence, your poetic expression, sacred resonance with the world, freedom, euphoria, blessings, full creative flow. What's your personal brand of expression, sacred creator? Are you allowing it to shine through all the things you think, do, and say? You are living poetry, and your unique rhythmic nature reflects a soul story, a resonance, and a signature of verses that is all your own. As the breathing, moving, changing expression of the divine, how are you showing up in your story? How you express yourself in the world allows your energetic light to shine fully or not. It's time to interact with your life in a way that reflects the most luminous parts of your nature. If part of your poetry has been hiding beneath the painful scars of a past memory, or if something is getting in the way of your full creative contribution, get curious about how those experiences, those past fears, worries, and guilt could actually help you better understand your gifts and your ballad. Look at all of it, share it, transform it, and make your expression of self a prerequisite for what comes next. In the radiant poem of your life, it's who you are, and it's how you heal yourself and the world around you. So I'm actually being called to get 2 more cards for you for some reason. Whenever that happens, it's because something specific needs to come out. So I was done, but Spirit's saying 2 more cards. Look at that, 2 came right out. And we have the edge of evolution feels messy, which I feel is an important one to read to you. So we have you are magic. Yes, you are. Yes, you freaking are. And we have your soul shines. Beautiful. You are effing magical. We all are. Manifestation, the power to bring your dreams to life, optimism, creativity and magic, wisdom and resourcefulness, a time to practice what you preach. You are magic. You are stardust in human form, and you can bring your dreams to life. From your ability to envision your future to your ability to bring it into fruition through intentional action, you can co-create the fabric of your reality by intermingling thought, will, desire, and doing. It's time to use your hands as a conduit for your energetic ideas and thought forms, and collaborate with the divine universe as you actively change the world around you. Create, make connections, write intentions, heal. Know that great strides and incredible progress are likely at this time, and that you already have everything you need to make this dream come alive. If you are feeling blocked, you may be scattering your resources instead of focusing on a specific goal. Make sure you aren't overshadowing your positive thinking with any underlying fears of failure or any unintentional thought patterns that are scrambling your vibe. Focus on your thoughts, for you are limitless. Do you feel the power running through your palms? Love it. And we have your soul shines. Connecting with Source, an opening of the 7th or crown chakra, allowing your soul to shine in the mundane, consistent practice, cleaning things up for some positive feng shui, happiness, and a bright outcome. Underneath the smog of a difficult day or the impatience of a frustrating situation, your soul is there doing its thing, shining. It may require some buffing and polishing of the exterior, and you may need to do some habit busting to sense it. You may need to expose your raw and tender underbelly to pinpoint it, especially if your shine is hiding under a few thickened layers of hard knocks or a self-destructive lifestyle. Sometimes we have our perspective so shifted that we can't see this shine in others, and worse still, we can't feel it in ourselves. Know that it is always with you, bringing magic to the mundane, because we are all connected to source energy and to cosmic grace. Your soul is always there, just shining through your flaws and your secrets. It's lovingly pushing through your insecurities and any positive affirmations you're working on, even the ones that aren't working yet, and it's so proud of you. No matter where you're at, you are loved from the inside, from the soul side out. Decide to open up your connection to its ascension and get out of your own way by trusting that your brilliant soul will radiate peace in every room you walk into. You have that choice. It's waiting patiently for you to ask, because it will lead whenever you are ready. Love more, laugh more, smile more. How can you bring this shine into your everyday? Small acts of kindness can change lives. How can you do more outreach? Volunteering? What acts of service can you share? Who do you need to love more today? All right. And then I'm just going to read you the bottom one. The edge of evolution feels messy. Evolution of the soul, rapid change and growth, and a plethora of new opportunities, surrendering to the uncertainty. The self-care message, a need to trust, not being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, accepting new teachings and the wonderful unknown, giving yourself permission to fail in order to grow. The edge of change is a veritable cornucopia of opportunity. When you think of life as a giant, ever-expanding puzzle, you will see that growth begins at the edges, and that most of the excitement happens just beyond the boundaries of what you can perceive, and it happens just beyond the edges of your comfort zone. As things shift and germinate around you, you may notice how uncertain it feels beyond the known. It is time to bring yourself to your personal growth edge, to look into that abyss of creation. Poke your toe into the open space that lies beyond, and the right opportunity will, as if by magic, move into your awareness. This magical changing expanse is surging with the building blocks of all creation. This is where source energy is working on your behalf, bringing you the opportunities you have asked for. Everything and anything is possible during this time of rapid transformation. And as you stand at the precipice of your beautiful evolution, know that this energy is organic and malleable. Begin directing the landscapes of your reality that are coming into form. So, to end this reading, I just wanted to get you some of those affirmation cards that I was talking about. So let's see what you need to hear. And I'm just going to cut the deck there. I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. So we have, I cherish every cell in my body. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Only good will come of this situation. Only good will come. Why did I read it like that? I read it backwards, like I'm not dyslexic or anything. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. My productivity stems from inspiration. When I focus on what brings me joy, my tasks become effortless actions. Creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator. Compassion is my compass. I am willing to hold space for the experience of others. Guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. I love that one, because I spent my entire life feeling like I walked alone. Attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. Oh, we have a bunch of them. I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. I can expand time when I'm inspired. I love that one. And I celebrate all the greatness in my life. So, my light workers, I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully that resonated with someone. Hopefully someone needed to hear this message. And as always, I am sending you lots of love and light, and I will see you next time. Bye.